Hello, welcome to the Trews. I'm the host of the Trews, Russell Brand. Trews is true news. News you can trust. Subscribe here. Not news via the mind of a snide. Not moody news from a dubious source. Yesterday I went on the New Era Estate March. That demonstrated the power of direct action. Let's look at the media reaction to the New Era Estate March.
Personally, what does it mean to you to be involved?
What it meant for me is like a lot of it sort of really reminds me of my own childhood.
The reason I mentioned my childhood there is because my mum was hanging out over the weekend. We were hanging out with the New Era Estate women with my mum, and my mum was reminding me of like when bailiffs came to our house when we were kids to get our stuff, and like that feeling is really sort of unsettling and unnerving. And obviously I don't know all the answers. I'm not claiming to know all the answers, and I'm like, oh, what can I do? What's the best thing I can do now I've got the mic, now I've got this voice? And like where I meet people, like them New Era Estate women, they asked me to help. I thought, yes, I'll do this then.
The sense of lack of power that you can have if you feel that there's no one out there representing you, no one out there looking after you. And like I was so inspired when I first met these women.
Also, it's really mad to be outside number 10 Downing Street, even if you're like me and you're really against established structures of power and the semiotics of power. Still, when you're there, you're sort of a little bit moved for, I'm outside number 10, because of all the times you've seen it on the telly and that Margaret Thatcher doing the prayer of St Francis, Tony Blair. It is New Labour. David Cameron trying to get his big, shiny, mad, mahogany head through the door. You know, like all those images, they affect us and they change the way we think. And that's the power of media and the power of image and the responsibility journalists have. I can't remember this geezer's name, but we're friends with the Rubberbandits, the Irish hip-hop group. And they said like that guy, as an Irishman, should understand what it's like to have land and property seized by a higher authority.
It made me realise, I learned a lot about politics from these women, that you can, if you take things into your own hands, if you directly interact on issues that are important to you.
There's like children there, that's why I'm smiling, I've not gone mad.
I mean, part of the problem is the super rich buying property in London, isn't it? How much did you pay for your place?
It's rented.
It's rented. I'm so emotional. I'm like really not sure. I shouldn't be allowed on television because it's so easily wound up. Like really, I should just like, what does it matter to me? What does it matter to me? What have I got to lose just from less bloke? But I like volatile person. I was a drug addict for a long time because I feel very, very strong feelings.
But like, no.
What kind of rent are you paying?
Oh, I'm not interested in talking to you about my rent, mate. I'm here to support a very, very important campaign, and you, as a member of the media, have an important duty to help to represent these people.
I'm going into Rasputin mode. Why am I like this? Like because I sort of like I genuinely feel it. I'm annoyed that person's like look, like you're outside number 10. Next door to that, George Osborne, the Chancellor, did 80 billion of austerity cuts, while 80 billion of banker bonuses were happening in the same time frame, and campaigned for the EU to prevent banker caps. See that ass, mate, in the background? That's where those things happened.
People coming together to amplify the voices of ordinary people. That's precisely what's needed. There's no greater, more expensive piece of real estate in London than that one. And the people in there are the people that have the obligation, mate.
I'd say your house is nearly on par.
Yeah, well, it's rented. We don't know the value. You'd have to talk to my landlord. Blessedly, I can afford my rent, and I'm prepared to stand up for people that can't. It's been lovely talking to you.
David Cameron isn't.
This person, Lindsay, is much better qualified.
At least Russell Brand's actually standing up regardless of how big his house is and coming down and helping ordinary people.
The media.
That woman, Lindsay, there is incredible. Like because like when I first met her, it was just down Hoxton Street Market. She was giving out flyers. Can you help us with our flat? She told me the situation. Westbrook are kicking us out. They're raising the rent. Tory MPs are involved. I was thinking, well, I've got to do things to help. This is happening all over the country to ordinary people. These people are taking it into their own hands. They're not waiting around for some organisation or anyone else to step in. They're doing it themselves. It completely demonstrates my argument that politicians, councils, big businesses, the media, all will work in coordination to stop ordinary people having a voice or any means of power. And it's people like her that inspire me. So like when you sort of talk to a journalist, like I sort of think it's a combination of boring and really annoying. Like my personality type is not well suited to that kind of environment of boring annoyingness.
Let's see if David Cameron
as soon as people stand up. No, you're turning. No,
right. You've had David Cameron, mate. Yeah. off like a quarrel at a jumble sale. These cushions, I'll see them first. Yeah, what's that? It's my bird's cushions.
Anyone who's
David
like
Cameron's prepared to come out of his big house and help us. He isn't, is he? But Russell Brand has, and thank God there is people like him who's prepared to step out and help people like us. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today.
For a moment, I realised, hold on a minute, this woman's doing it better than I could. Why don't I shut up?
We wouldn't have 300,000 signatures. We would have been kicked out and booted out of London.
Yeah,
So thank
Snide's
God.
like you, mate, undermine it. You're a snide. All right, let's do
go.
one.
That's pretty funny. You're a snipe. Let's do one. I do overreact. I'm a bit of a heart on my sleeve type of person because for me, it's an emotional thing. Like I said on Paxman, for me, it's like a real thing that reminds me of my own life and my own obligation, because I do really genuinely care about the new era estate. I care about the broader issue, but on that I care on a personal level because that estate's down the road from where I live and I hang out there all the time. I hang around with them at the weekend. I'm mates with the blokes there. I play with all of the kids. I'm like properly have become friends with them, and like with that campaign we've been working on it and thinking about it and like building up to Downing Street. That's a massive moment for them. 300,000 signatures, and you get there and there's a journalist there and you think, oh right, maybe he'll help support it. Though I've worked in media for 10 years, so I know what I'm dealing with, and I've just gone through the experience of writing a book that tries to give a voice to different people, so I know what people are like, what the media are like. And then when he actually does go, how much is your rent? Oh, mate, come on, do us a favour. It's sort of exhausting, and that's why I had the response that I had to that. But the reality is, in spite of a line of questioning I preferred not happening, in spite of me having an emotional reaction and being saved by a gallant woman on a white steed, the fact is it was a wonderful day that showed what happens when a community comes together, supported by 300,000 people, opposing government, media, ineffectual local councils, and apathetic politicians, that victories can be won. The Westbrook Corporation will pull out of the New Era estate. They will keep it, and I believe get to run it as a cooperative, and I think it'll inspire people suffering from the same problem all over London, because this is a massive problem. People can't afford places to live. So all of you that are suffering from that, look to the New Era estate, and if you want my help, and I can help, I'll take one on the chin from the Snides for you. That is some true news. Subscribe here, subscribe here, subscribe here.
Is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the news. If the news was true, I want some Trews. Let's have some Trews.